Shalom. All glory, praises, and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, and elders and teachers of Great Millstone, and like-minded men who may not be directly part of Great Millstone but are pushing the same 144% truth, the same doctrine as the apostles on down of Great Millstone, starting from the apostle Tahar. Shalom to the elect men, women and children of the house of David, tabernacle of David, who are predestined to be saved in these last days. You know, as we can see, we are in these last days. So, Lord's will, it's going to be a quick lesson, quick hit, a few scriptures. So I'm going to start with this scripture first I had lined up. Be not ignorant, Book of Sirach 5 and 15, but also called the Book of Ecclesiasticus 5 and 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. Yeah. So the reason why I chose that scripture is because some people. So like the reason why I chose that scripture is because some people would think, oh, okay, the article that I'm going to go into here is you know, kind of irrelevant. It's just a necklace, right? But when it comes to the MOTB, the mark of the beast, which we find in Revelation 13:16 on down, yeah, Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 on down, right? You know, we got to be aware of how Esau and the heathen, but mainly Esau, Edom, who's a so-called white man, the Caucasian, how they implement things. It's by gradualism, as the apostles say. So a small thing, what may appear to be a small thing, like the smart necklace that tracks a wearer's health through sweat, could change how 400 million diabetics worldwide monitor their glucose levels. Yeah, it's not more I'm going to the technology, yeah, because what it's doing is getting people to used to the idea of Internet of bodies, or sorry, the Internet of things being a benefit to them, because that's how the devil operates. Is you know, is wiser than Daniel, you know. So he'll come and present an item or a thing to you as if it's a benefit or it's beneficial. You know, it deceives the whole world through his miracles, right? So this is just one of those steps. And what Lord's will, what I'm also going to do is put a video from LD Asher Wamba and Yashaya LA, GMS LA, 2 videos that specifically went into the MOTB today, yeah, and all the other methods of deception that is happening around the world, from Amazon Palm to the facial recognition that you see in China, right, and other parts of the world that they're promoting, to the social score credit card, yeah, all right. So that's being pushed as well. So we can see the infrastructure is being set up for Revelation 13, 16, 18 to be manifested and eventually be made mandatory. You know how it's going to happen. More than likely, it'll be through some form of, you know, deception, like the Crown Vicky. Yeah, you know what happened a couple of years ago. So they're going to corral people into using digital technology and then come out with a reason why everybody's got to have this implant put into the hand or into the forehead. You know, as a safety security thing. We don't know. Lord's will, we'll see. You know, but it will be revealed in the end. But what we can see is the steps are being taken and are manifesting, like we said in scriptures, Habakkuk 2 and 3. The vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, it shall not tarry. And it's not tarrying. We can see this, you know. So let's get a few scriptures out here. So let me just get a few scriptures. I was reading some famine scriptures today when I was at the plantation. So let's go to, actually, we know Revelation 13, so let's go to Revelation 14. 14. This point's in 9. Yeah. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, NATO and the EU in this system, yeah, and his image, which is following after the system, all right, you know, like I've just explained, you know, going along with the beast system and all the newfangled technology, being part of the Internet of Things, Internet of Bodies, all right. Where am I? If any man and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Let's go into this word indignation, interlinear. Go into this word indignation. It's righteous anger, but the Lord will still get it anyway. Interlinear. What's going on? That's why. Do it again. Going for the wrong word. This is what I'm doing. Going for the wrong side of it. This is it. Here we are. Orgy. Anger, and the natural disposition, temper, character. Yeah. Going to Strong's definitions. From G37. The original etymology G3713, properly desire as a reaching forth or excitement of the mind, by analogy violent passion, but abhorrence by implication, punishment, anger, indignation, vengeance, wrath, which is righteous because Yahweh Shai is righteous, so you know it's righteous anger. So without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Right, so this is when the nukes are going to be dropped, especially on Babylon the Great, which is America. Right, you take the mark, you're going to be destroyed. It's plain and simple. You know, get one more scripture on this. Yeah. So let's start from 1 points and 2. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways, this is some trouble, and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High, Yahweh, upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and gruesome sore, like a ulcer, you know, cancerous sore, upon the men, and also women, also children, which had the mark of the beast, men meaning in general, yeah, which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. Those who comply and go along with the Esau, Edom, and the nations. I was reading Maccabees today, First Maccabees, and how the Hellenistic period, and Second Maccabees 4 and Second Maccabees 6, yeah, and how, you know, some people complied, but Lord's will, that's not a lot, because we've been warned by the prophets, been warned by the men of the Lord who've been on the highways and byways for decades, right, warning of these times to come. And you say grievous. Toils, bad nation, that's not the one. What's it like here? That, you know, that these times are here. Oh, what's wrong with me today? So lucky for this. Right? And that we've been warned about them. So we've got fair warning. All we can do is pray and hope and watch and pray that it's not our lot to take this thing that's fastly being presented to the world. Right? Helcos from G1668. A wound producing a discharge or a pus, a sore, an ulcer. Yeah. So that's what's going to happen. Right? You take that mark, you will be destroyed. Prior to destruction, you will get a pus, ulcer, sore. Yeah. An ulcer on your hand where the mark is, or your forehead, or one part, or whatever part of the body Yahweh Shai determines it to be. Alright, so we're being warned. The fact is, they are doing these little incremental steps, these little, these tiny, not so much tiny, but these presenting these things that are going to come as a wonder and a great thing to a lot of people. Yeah, and wow, it'll be like, wow, look at all this technology, it's fantastic. And at the same time, people are going to be destroyed by it. In the end, if you go along with the beast system, that's what the scriptures say, and that's what's going to happen. Yeah. I'm going to start at 13. Sorry, 13, yeah. So it's going after the second, Rome 2.0, yeah. 13, Revelation 13. And he goeth and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. In fact, let me start at 12. Okay. And I beheld another beast coming up out 11, Salakia. Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. That's going into the political system. So Democrats, Republicans, yeah, so to speak, gently, but they are real dragons and demons underneath, yeah. But prior to this, I think it was the Flavians and the Patricians in the Roman Empire. So this is Rome 2.0. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast, which was first beast before him, which was Rome, yeah, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. So follow the ways of the Roman pagan empire, orgies and all that kind of business. Even the architecture, down to the architecture, we can see these places, even down to the Latin. When you go into the legal profession and you go into the medical profession, you have to understand Latin to get certain terms and terminology. Yeah, all right. So they're following after the first Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire, and this is where it is. This is Rome 2.0, Babylon the Great, that great whore that sitteth upon the beast, and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. You see, and that's going into the Renaissance period. You know, the rebirth, the regeneration. The healing of Esau Edom coming back into power again, right? And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. That's going into the armories. So Nagasaki, Hiroshima, people were amazed at that time of the weaponry and the amount of power Esau Edom had in this form of America, which is Babylon the Great. And what they could do. So people were scared at one point, yeah. But now it's come to the time in the prophecy where nations are saying, "Oh, thou as weak as we," you know, have thou become like we? Yeah. So, all right, 14. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. You see, going into his technology. Much this article's going into just this necklace that can detect diabetes or whatever. Right, yeah, slow incremental steps to Revelation 13:16 to 18, right? Those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. It's going to the system, and you see the highlights in green there, So this goes into the system being given life, and two, the beast system being given life, yeah, as in people going along with it. Like I said, the scripture said the miracles and the wonders, and just basically just generally going along with Esau, Edom, and whatever he presents, yeah, and these nations, whatever they present. And if you don't worship it, then you'll be killed, as it goes into Revelation 13 and 15. Then 16 goes into he calls of all both small and great, and this is what we're talking about here. These little devices are small steps, incremental steps, all culminating into getting people into the system, getting people into the social credit score system, getting people into living their life a certain way, and then bam, it'll be, you've got to take this to continue your life in this society. And look, see, Jacob Barak 2, Mpox and other plagues. Right, Yahweh Shai is bringing this place down, right, the system down. So I'm going to finish it off with the scripture. Lord will, I wasn't all over the place, and it was edifying. 2:11. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And this is a device, one of many devices that's being presented to the world as a wonder and a fantastic thing, right, that we've got to be aware of. And for the Spirit of Yahweh Shai is allowing certain men to put the words out, like the prophets of elders of Great Millstone, right, to give us all the hopeful elect the heads up on the time and the dangers to come, the tribulation to come, yeah, that we should be circumspect. Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. And with that, Lord's will, this was edifying and straight to the point. Like I said, I'm going to, Lord's will, put Elder Yeshawamba's video, Remnant Save 144, in the description box. Edifying video, please watch it. It's an hour long, fantastic, you know, hour and 6 minutes long, fantastic video. And the one of the brothers from the LA camp put his video in, very edifying videos, as all the elders, teachers, and apostles of Great Millstone do, very edifying videos. With that, Lord's will is edifying. Shalom.